Hi students, I am Sandhya, Assistant Professor, Department of Mathematics in SNS College of Technology. Today mechatronics students are going to discuss about DT concept in complex number. First we are going to see what is complex number. Complex number is nothing but real and combination of real and imaginary part. It has been written as A plus IB. Here A is a real part and B is the imaginary part. I is an imaginary unit. Okay. So next design thinking. There are 5 stages. First one is empathy, define, ideate, prototype, and test. So next, Jeevanandam are going to tell about what is empathy.
Now I want to tell about the empathy for the complex numbers. In around 16th century, there are many physicians and mathematicians has a problem in solving the complex values using the I. In that problems, they have solutions to solve the many of the equations in positive but not in negative. So they invented I values for negative terms. In 16th century, the physicians used the formula A plus B is equal to 0 something, and but they had to come the word in negative, so they invented minus terms. So they included I into A plus B into I in 16th century. But now the complex numbers have evolved many of the things from the coming generations. For example, we can take the complex numbers as A plus B into I is equal to 0. The A is determines the real values, and the B determines the imaginary part, and I determines the minus of n terms. In I, there are many types that will be discussed by upcoming terms. I simply tell about the I has many values like I square, minus I square, I cube, I power 4, and many terms that will be discussed by the different by the case.
In different states, is taken stage. In this stage, we collect the information from the users and then we elaborate the what the problem was. As Jiva said, in the empathy stage, the users will only tell us what the problem was. But in different stage, we clearly explain what the problem and telling the basic information and the other responsibilities for the users. In the design stage, users can also easily understand what's the problem and again they will repeat the same problem. Being RT will solve the problem easily within the given time and also rectify the problem.
Next stage, we started thinking of simple ways to solve a problem. First, we got an idea what if we create a new number for root minus 1. So we called it I. Then we thought instead of using only real numbers, we can mix real numbers and this new I and we call it as complex numbers. Then we had another idea, instead of using just the number line, we can use graph. One side shows the real numbers and the other side shows the imaginary numbers. This makes it easier to understand. We also thought about different ways to use these numbers, like solving problems and drawing them as points. Finally, we decided that complex numbers are the best solution because they solve our problem easily.
Okay, what is Aragon plane?
Aragon plane is one of the graphical representation of the complex numbers.
What is I square value?
I square is equal to minus 1.
Minus 1. So next stage is
I will explain about the prototype now. So as she already said about the idea of how the system was created for what. If we think the complex numbers as a complex plane, let's take the xy axis and see. X-axis is the horizontal plane that says about the real numbers, and y-axis the vertical plane says about the imaginary number. So if I explain about the prototype that is used, it's simply used all over with our everyday equipments we are using in our phone Wi-Fi systems, in GPS tracking, in industrial robots, everywhere we use in this system. Simply, the value I means if we multiply this value with the code we are given for the automation or the instructions of the robot, it thinks it as we want to turn 90 degrees left. That is all the meaning of this line. Simply, even I can explain it. If we draw a line in this table and we think the front side as positive and back side as negative, in the 16th century and before inventing this complex number system, we have this problem that we only has the positive and negative for a direction. That is we stuck in a single line system. We doesn't have the entire plane geometry. For that only they invented the eye. Now if we have the eye, we have the north and south, not only the east and west. This is the thing that was brought into the place. And then as I said, it is the 3D geometric representation of a plane system where we only had initially 2D. And scientists have discovered that for the square root system that we will use usually for all the algorithmic solving problems and all, they doesn't have the third coordinate that we wanted, they only had two coordinates. So this I system was brought into that. And then for the value of root of -1, they given the name I. So the next test will be explained by my friend Karan.
So as the last testing, we get the problem, we get the empathy defined, and we get the idea for that. So how it works? So it plays a main role in testing. We see that how the idea and prototype makes a clear solution for it. So similarly for complex numbers, it is taken as a first the imaginary unit I is equal to root of -1. So it is first tested. So on this we can get the solution. So it is tested by the one in the unsolvable equations like x square plus 1 is equal to 0. So these are the equations. Also the complex numbers are in also the ideas of it are used in the algebraic operations like addition, multiplication, and division, and so on. So these are the major platform, and whether the idea and the prototype are defined usefully, and it plays a major role. And also in complex number, it makes a wonderful ending, and also it is tested and proved successfully.
Okay. Next, anyone tell about the application of complex number in real life?
Application of complex number in physics is used to determine the quantum mechanics, wave equation, and the electromagnetic field. It mainly helps to represent the oscillation and wave motion.
It is also used in control system. It used to determine the behavior of the signals using poles and zeros. It also helps to determine the stability, oscillation, and system behavior.
So it is also used in computer graphics. It is used for rotation, transformation, animation, and fractal design. It mainly helps to give a smooth motion and a beautiful pattern.
It is also used in the electrical engineering. It represents the current and voltage as complex quantities combining both magnitude and phases.
It is used in mathematics for solving a quadratic equation with negative roots, and it is used to solve polynomial equation and to study the advanced calculus and algebra.
In signal processing, it represents the signals by phases and amplitude.
So in this class we learned mathematical is more engaging and applicable to real life scenario.